Okay, so the first one here, we're gonna have half. The area of this triangle is half times my base, which is 16, times my height, which is 8. Half of 16 is 8, and 8 times 8. So that together comes to 8, and 8 times 8 is 64 meters squared. For this one over here, my area is equal to half of 35 times 25. Now that's going to give you numbers which are not whole numbers, so we might need to calculate this. Let's say we didn't have a calculator. We go 35 times 25. 5 times 5 is 25. So we're going to write the 5, carry the 2. 5 times 3 is 15 plus 2 is 17. Put the 0. 2 times 5 is 10. Carry the 1. 2 times 3 is 6 plus 1 is 7. It'll come to 875. So that's half of 875. And divide 2 into 875. 2 goes into 8. 4. 2 goes into 7. 3, remainder 1, and 2 goes into 15. 7 times remainder 1 out of 2, right? Out of half. So this is going to be 437 and a half, which is basically 437.5 meters squared. Without a calculator. All right. This one here, we ignore that height. This is the height, and this is the base. Area is going to be half times 40 times 30. And that means that's going to come to 20 times 30, because half of 40 is 20. 20 times 30, 2 times 3 is 6. Put 2 zeros, 600 meters squared. Let's go to the bottom here now. A half times 16 times 16. Half of 16 is 8. 8 times 16, let's calculate that here. 16 times 8. 8 times 6 is 48. You need to know your multiplication timetables quickly. 8 times 6, 48. Carry the 4, put the 8. 8 times 1 is 8 plus 4 is 12. So 128. And we're done. 128 centimeters squared. Whatever unit they put there, make sure it's in your answer. Squared for area. The next one has quite big numbers. So let's provide some space for this. So it's a half times my base times my height. Remember, that's my base. This is my height. This one here, this was my base, and this was my height. This one here, let's go again, back here again. So this is a half of this times this. Now, the zeros provide, you could ignore the zeros and just half 13 and times it by 8. Or you could calculate 13 times 8 first and then half it. All right, but half of this is 650. All right. I'm going to take 13 and multiply it by 8 first. Let's see what 13 times 8 is. 8 times 3 is 24. 8 times 1 is 8 plus 2 is 10, so that's 104. So that's 104. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. Now we want to half it. A half of 10 is 5. A half of 4 is 2. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. 2, 3, 4 zeros still there. All right. So that comes to 520,000 millimeters squared. And we now found the area of that triangle. Formula: half times base times height used throughout.